Well, hello, friends. Real quick before we kick off the episode, I have to let you know about something exciting. I am seriously considering having an upgraded version of this podcast where you get bonus episodes and exclusive content. But here's the deal, I'm trying to decide what that content and those episodes should be. I do have some ideas, and I was wondering if you could vote really quick and tell me what you think about what would entice you, what would be interesting to you to get as bonus episodes on this podcast. For example, deeper dives into topics. Maybe I'm answering questions that many of you ask about starting or growing a business. Maybe even overhearing coaching calls, something like this. It would be a paid, upgraded version of this podcast, not very expensive at all, probably just a handful of dollars a month, but it be extra content for you to help you along your journey. My whole goal is to help you build your business dream. And I would love to offer you even more because some of you are asking for it. So if you could just look down in the show notes right now, there's two ways you can give me your answers. Number one, I have a Google form with 5 quick questions. It can be anonymous. You just answer them and vote on what would be interesting to you. Or number two, I have a voice memo system. You can just click it and you could just leave a voice memo with your phone right now and just record it and tell me what kind of topics, what things would be interesting to you behind the scenes, market news, what would be things that would be extra that would be really valuable to you. So thank you all so much. Okay, on to the episode.
Well, hello, this is Kimberly Brock, and for over 20 years, I've been running my own businesses that have not only been profitable, but personally fulfilling to me. So now I'm on a mission to help other new business owners just like you make money doing what you love too. Now we're going to have some fun, so let's get started. Well, hello, this is Kimberly. How are you? I'm so glad that you're here today. I'm sharing with you the good enough approach. You're probably like, what? Yes, the good enough approach, because there's a lot of perfectionists out there. Are you one of them? You want everything to be perfect as you start your business? I hate to break it to you. It's not going to be perfect. And that's why I'm teaching you this good enough approach today. So I'm so glad that you are listening. Now, if you are new, welcome. I'm so glad that you found this podcast because I have no doubt it's going to help you get your business started right so you can make money doing what you love. Make sure you subscribe to this podcast right now. Whether you are in Apple or Spotify, hit the follow or subscribe button, whatever it says, click it because you want it to notify you when I drop episodes. Why? Because each week, I'm going to provide you with tips and strategies and insights from my last 20 years as a business owner, 20 plus years now. And I know that it can be very valuable and motivating and inspiring to you. So make sure you subscribe and scroll down right now because if you are in the idea stage of your business, you're trying to find the best one for you, I have a great guide for you. And if you're just starting your business, I have an awesome free checklist that's going to walk you through the steps to make sure you're going through and doing everything as you start your fabulous new business. And then if you've been listening a while, I want to thank you so much to all my loyal listeners. The reviews are amazing. I'm so forever grateful for all of you, my loyal listeners. And I just thank you for all the positive feedback and vibes and energy that you send my way. It is so heartwarming and it just makes me get so excited every week to create these episodes. Okay, on to the episode. Well, hello, everyone. How are you? How's your business? What's shaking? What's going on? I can't wait to hear more this week to see what milestones you're moving past and what wins you have. Are you in my Facebook group, by the way? I sure hope you are. It's called Women Starting Businesses, Doing What We Love. It's a free group and it's awesome. And it's a great way for me to keep dibs on you. Not in a creepy way, but just to know what you're doing and see the progress you're making. And it is an awesome way for you to connect with other like-minded new business owners or maybe soon to be business owners, right? So you've got to get in there because it's a great way to ask questions and share your feedback on what's going on and your struggles. I love it because I get to see everything that y'all are working on. And, we have all those fun prompts each week, about taking imperfect action and all that good stuff. So I just love it. I hope you all are having a great week. And it's summer right now as I'm recording this. So I am sweating here in Texas. Let me just tell you, it is hot. And listen to this. I have to go to a dance competition next week with my daughter. She's 12. She's a competitive dancer. And I have to be gone in Arizona, the highest record heat they've had. It's like 119 degrees there. And I'm going there for 9 days for a dance competition. Dance moms out there, do y'all hear me on this? 9 days. 9 days. I'm paying for hotel, food, and I'm going to be her servant the entire 9 days, making sure she's got her hair and her makeup and her costumes and food. And oh, such is life, right? It's so much fun. We wouldn't trade it for the world, would we? We love our kids, but these activities, I'm telling you, they're crazy, 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 but so fun. Anyways, I hope y'all are doing well. Today, I want to talk about the good enough approach. And this is going to be really hard for some of you. Like some of you cringe when I say, oh, that's good enough, or it can just be good enough. You don't need to make it perfect. Are you cringing? Are you one of those people that are cringing right now? I think about my husband. He does this. He wants things to be perfect, and I get it. I like things to be really nice and almost perfect, right? Because I believe there's no perfection. There's no perfect. That's just like a misnomer. That's silly. But I think as business owners, and it's just like in life, you have to be able to discern the difference between what needs to be perfect and what can be good enough. Let me say that again. You need to hone in your ability as you are a business owner, as you're starting, as you're getting everything up and growing, to discern the difference between what needs to be perfect and what is good enough. It makes me think of the Serenity Prayer, and you've probably heard this. It's a prayer that was written by this theologian. What is his last name? Let me look it up. Here it is. Reinhold Niebuhr. Is that right? It was like he was he was born in the late 1890s, and he passed away in the 1970s. Anyways, here's the Serenity Prayer if you've never heard this. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. Are you seeing the parallels here? Let me say this prayer real quick one more time. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. And as I'm sitting here reading this, I'm thinking to myself, we need a business owner serenity prayer. Like, what would that be? I'm trying to think, like, God, grant me the serenity to accept that things will not be perfect ever, and that I will have the courage to accept the things that are good enough, but know the difference between what does need to be almost perfect and what doesn't. That's what we need. We need discernment. We need wisdom to know the difference between what needs to be perfect and what doesn't. Today, I'm going to talk you through 3 things that you need to quit being a perfectionist on, because it's slowing you down and it's stalling you and it's silly and it's wasting time and your customers don't care. Okay? It's wasted energy. And I want you to focus on good enough. Can you even say it? Some of you are going to have a hard time even saying this. Like, can I just make it good enough? Ooh, does that make some of you cringe? Am I pushing hot buttons on some people? See, here's the deal, guys and girls and everyone. I'm able to do this for the most part. I don't know how, I don't know why, but I'm able to do it. But here's the negative side, that some things that I do are not perfect. Like I may not have folded something perfect or put the dishes away perfect or clean the counters perfect, because for some reason I'm able to let that go and go, this is good enough for today. This is good enough. I need to go. I got other stuff to do. I can't make this perfect right now. I feel like I have a pretty good ability with that. Other people may think I'm annoying because I don't make every single little thing perfect. I'm not super detailed, okay? I'm so far from perfect. It's not even funny. I've got a lot of flaws, and my husband would vouch for that, and my kids too. But somehow I'm able to say good enough with my business. And this is not to say, though, that I haven't gotten stuck on things. I definitely have gotten stuck on things because I'm trying to figure out where I need to be. Right? But for those of you that feel like a perfectionist, you feel like you are a perfectionist and that it's stalling you and it's stumping you, let me give you 3 areas that you can wave the good enough flag.
Okay. Or maybe you need to tell yourself to wave the good enough flag and say, okay, I surrender. It's white. It's there. And it says, this is good enough, that I'm going to accept that this is good enough so that I can move forward and make money with this darn business so it doesn't turn into a hobby. Okay. You have to realize this. Some of you are stalling due to perfectionism. Is this you? And if it's not you, don't let yourself fall into these traps that I'm going to discuss today either, because you could easily fall into them. Okay, here's the first one. This is when I want you to wave that flag for yourself, like tell yourself, this is good enough, okay, and stop, is with your first rendition of your website or your Etsy store or whatever you have up. Like, I want you to make it good, the best you can right now. But I don't want you to try to make it perfect right now. And when I say perfect, I'm not talking about like typos. Like, you need to fix typos and you need to fix stuff like that. But it doesn't have to be the end all be all that you want it to be. Do you remember a couple episodes ago, I talked about the not just yet strategy? Okay, these are kind of intertwined. So if you need to go back to that, I'm going to put a link below. You may need to go back to that after you listen to this one, the not just yet, because that's another way for you perfectionists to stall, is to think you need to have everything right now, and you don't. Okay, you don't. You got to get this thing going. That's what I'm here to help you do, is move past this. Okay, so for those of you that are getting your website up, this is what I'm saying with clients, with people in other Facebook groups, with people in our Facebook groups, with people that I talk to. They're like, my website, I don't want to tell anyone that I'm launching my business because my website is terrible. Okay, well, if it's terrible, let's get it to good enough. You don't have to wait to find the most awesome graphic artist yet. Like, get something up. Get on Squarespace, get on Wix, get up in an Etsy store, do something and get it up where you feel like it's good enough to present today. And then later, you can be working on it over the next months, and you can be, I'm going to put it in quotes, perfecting it. There's no perfection, by the way. Let me remind you again. But in your mind, I'll let you go ahead and go with that you think that you're perfecting it. You're actually just making it the best that it can be right now. That's what you're doing. The most effective website you can have right now. Do they know what you offer? Is it clear? Is it not all jumbly and messy and blurry pictures, right? Make sure it's clear pictures, clear wording, and they can check out or they can do whatever you want them to do after they're on your website. Do you want them to sign up on your email list? Do you want them to buy something? What is it that you want them to do? Make sure that's clear. That's good enough. That's good enough right now. You can worry about all the fancy colors and logo and all that later if you don't have time to do that right now. You have to be able to discern what needs to be perfect with your website, what needs to be good enough. Start getting used to this. Say it to yourself. I'm going to make my website just be good enough. And that's hard. A lot of you cannot do that, and I get it. It's okay. But just know your customers or your potential people looking at it have no idea what you're thinking perfect is. And so they're looking at it going, okay, cool. She offers this or he offers this. And this is how I get on their email list, or this is how I buy. This is what she does. This is what he does. Oh, awesome. Okay, cool. I didn't know you started this business, right? That's what they're thinking. They're not thinking, OMG, these colors are not representing her brand to the fullest. They are representing her brand, but it's just not the right shade of blue. It's not the right shade of pink. Or, man, she could work on her copywriting and get some more paragraphs here, and she could have navigation. They're not thinking any of that. They're just thinking, what do you do? How do I buy? What is this website? What's the purpose of this website? That's all they're thinking. Okay? Make it good enough. Fix your typos. And I'm guilty of this. I have typos every now and then, but I have to fix them. Right? It doesn't have to be perfect right now, not just yet. It just needs to be good enough. That's your website, okay? The second thing that you need to let go of perfection right now as you're starting your business is do not fixate on the perfect product offering. Now, last week I talked about this, that if you weren't happy with what you were offering, that was okay. Maybe let's shift it. But know that that product offering that you're making, or it's a service offering, whatever your offer is, don't get fixated on that being perfect, because it's not. This is a work
in progress. This whole thing you're doing right now is action, taking action, right? Then it's looking at the results, action, results, action, results. And you're evaluating everything you're doing and you're tweaking so that this gets to be where you are super comfortable, okay? So your product or service offering should be good enough. It should be good enough to offer it to somebody where you can get some testers in the beginning, you can get your first clients, you can make your first dollars. It's good enough. They don't know the difference of what your vision is for the best. You know, if you're making some kind of flower arrangements and you're like, well, this is pretty, but it's just not perfect. It's not what I want. It doesn't have enough colors. If I'm buying your flower arrangement and be like, this is beautiful. I have no idea what is in your head about what this flower arrangement should look like in your mind. I just know I needed a flower arrangement. I looked at it. It's beautiful. It's in front of me and it's at the right price and I'm buying it. I have no thoughts about your thoughts about perfectionism in terms of this product. Do you see what I'm saying? Y'all are complicating this as you're starting this business. Let go of it being perfect right now. You're in product development mode. When you start your business, this is not your end-all be-all product. It will shift. It will change. It will adjust. This is the beginning. There's no way you can have this honed in right now. This is product development mode in the beginning. We need sales. We need people to give you feedback. And you need to evaluate everything and you need to tweak and start it all again. That's what you're doing. It's a circle, right? Don't get fixated on your product right now, your product or your service offering. Don't be fixated. Just say, what is good enough to offer someone so I can get my first people going? Okay? That's the second way to wave the this is good enough flag to yourself. Okay? You're waving it in front of your own eyes. How awesome is that? Usually we're waving it for someone else. You know, when they have those SOS flags, it's like, somebody come save me. But actually you're saving yourself. This is not about someone saving you. This is about you saving yourself and you're waving the flag to yourself. Like, okay, this is good enough. Time out. Let's go. We got to keep moving forward. Okay. The third thing that you need to stop being fixated on and stop trying to make perfect is your pricing. This is cracking me up. And I'm only laughing because I thought I was the only one that was having mind drama around pricing. I had mind drama around pricing for a while. I'm much better now. But in the beginning, I was like freaking out about pricing. Like, should it be this price, that price, this price, blah, 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 over and over and over. So I'm laughing because I'm realizing that so many of you, I get clients on the calls and they're like, and do you help with pricing? I can't figure out my price. And I'm like, oh yes, it's dramatic. It's dramatic for all of us. And if you were one of the lucky ones that you're like, wham, bam, I got a price and I know it and that's what I'm doing, then you better high five yourself right now. Go get yourself a drink. This is amazing. You have a price. But a lot of people, myself included, had mind drama around price. And I think we just can't get fixated on it because it will take attention away from making the product, making the service offering, right? It's draining your energy from doing that. So that's what I would do. When I would find myself like mulling over price, I would kind of read like in the Facebook group what people are saying about their pricing, or I'd ask in other Facebook groups, or I'd talk to people I know and I'd get their perspective on price. But still, it's all going to come down to me deciding what this price should be based on the time and effort it takes me and where I want to be in the market and who I'm serving. There's a lot that goes into price, and I do work with clients on this. So if you are stuck on your pricing, know that I can always help you with that. We can do a free consult and then do a power hour or whatever it takes to help you kind of narrow down the strategy, because it's a strategy. It's a decision on your pricing. It is not just this throw a dart and pick a price. There's actually a strategy that goes into it. But I want you to realize that the whatever price you pick won't be perfect. It's not going to be perfect. Don't be fixated on it. Don't think it's going to be perfect out of the gate, because it's not. And if anything, you start lower than what you think, just so you can get those beginning clients, because you've got to get this thing going. You've got to get those first customers, right? So if anything, you go lower than you think. But at the same time, you want to have the right strategy with your pricing. So there's a way to approach it, but quit being fixated on it because it's draining your energy. It's taking away your time and your efforts from what you should be doing. Okay? Just say, is this price good enough? Wave the flag in front of your face. It's good enough.
This is where I'm starting. I'm making a decision and I'm going to go and I'm going to announce it to people and I'm going to get my first or second client or customer. And if the price doesn't feel right, I know that I always have the power to change it. You can go up really easily. It's harder to go down on price. So that's why we say start lower, but you can go up. You can go up anytime you want. You can double your prices. You can do whatever you want. This is your business, right? So think about that. Is it good enough? If you're sitting here telling me, well, I was thinking it was this, maybe I should do this, this. I don't know what you're thinking. Just let's go with a price that fits your people and who you want to serve and where you want to enter the market. And did you make money on it? You know, are you getting a little bit in the beginning? Sometimes you're not really making money on those first sales even. You need to get testimonials. You need to get people using your stuff or buying it so that you can get feedback and so that you can work through this process and understand what this takes to ship your order or to offer your service, right? Is it good enough? So today, for all you perfectionists out there, I hope that I've at least helped coach you a little bit on how to stop trying to make things perfect because number one, they never will be. And two, there is no definition of perfect. I don't know whose definition. I guess it's your definition of perfect, but it may not be what your clients think is perfect. They may think it's perfect the way it is right now. You have got to tell yourself what is good enough right now so that I can keep moving forward and I don't stall this business and I don't stall so much that this thing turns into a hobby and never gets off the ground and it's not a business. There's too much on the line for you. There is too much on the line for you. You have been wanting to make money doing what you love. You have wanted to pursue this passion. You have wanted to have your own business so that you can have the freedom that you want in your life. There's too much on the line to let perfection get in the way. Stop being fixated on stuff. Wave the white flag and save yourself and say, what is good enough that I can do right now so that soon, over the coming months, weeks, whatever, I can make it better and better and better and better. Okay? Y'all are amazing. Remember, if you are just starting your business, you're confused about this big picture of this, the strategy, how to approach starting your business, what are all the foundational pillars for your business, take my Just Start course. You can do it on your own time. If you've got a job, if you've got kids at home, if you're busy, you're traveling, you can listen, you can work on your own time. There's a workbook. Get it, because now you'll have a clear plan for how to start this business. Then you can jump into my Grow Getters program, which is for new business owners. And it's going to help you take consistent strategic action so you can grow your business and make money. That's it. I'm going to be on you every week, helping you so that you can get your questions answered, you can get coached, and you can keep moving and grow this business and make money because it is not going to be a hobby. It's going to be a business and you're going to keep pushing forward. I am so glad you're here. Make sure you get in my Facebook group and that is it. And if you don't know about my Just Start program, my Just Start course and my Grow Getters group, scroll down below right now. You can get in there and I would love to have you. Okay. Have a great day. Bye now.
Now, this episode may be over, but our relationship does not have to end here. Head on over to KimberlyBrock.com. And yes, you can get more valuable information for your journey. And you know what? You don't need to go through this alone. I would love to help you. Thank you so much and have a great day. Bye.